Hey, what's going on, guys? KrowOfMurder15 here with a long overdue episode of Convlog. Because, holy crap, it has been a while. Precisely 7 months, over half a year of not doing anything. Not having a single episode of Convlog, not an episode of Nat 1, no foreplay, no nothing. Because, as most of you have probably seen, a while back, I made a post stating that I was going on hiatus. So I'm going into a little more depth of what that is, what I'm planning on doing soon, and just kind of catching up with you guys. Because like I said, it's been over half a year since I've been on here and talked. So for those that didn't see, essentially, to boil it down, I've been doing YouTube videos for over 15 years. And while I've taken tiny little breaks here and there with stuff going on in life and everything, I've never taken a full-on hiatus from making videos. And stress had just gotten so heavy in my life at that point to where I couldn't be doing any videos because I didn't have time, I didn't have the energy, I couldn't, essentially. And a lot of that contributes with just general life stuff, you know, working, having to take care of stuff at the house and everything, taking care of Nikki, and just everything in general just mashed together. And it's just part of life. It's literally just adulthood, you know. And it's got to take my main focus. As I've said multitude of times on here, you know, this is just a hobby. I don't get paid to do YouTube videos. I don't get any sort of income from doing these videos, whether it's vlog, anything on the channel, basically, whether it's here on the Foreplay channel, which I'll get to here in a little bit, you know, anything like that. So I basically had to take a step back and I just couldn't make videos at that point because everything else needed my attention, which, you know, don't get me wrong, I don't regret it or anything like that, and I'm not being like trying to mope around and be like, oh, adulting sucks. Of course adulting sucks, but you know, you have to prioritize. You know, real life stuff comes before, you know, your fun and your hobbies and everything like that. So a lot of that has to deal with well, one, for work, which I've talked about a little bit and everything, you know, working for you, you know, USPS and everything, and it's still a great job. I'm still loving it. It's just, even though it's an easy job, it takes a lot out of me, depending on the day, because there's some days that, you know, loads are light and you get home and it's fine, or some days it's extremely heavy and you don't get home till later. But regardless, even though it is an easy job, it is a physically demanding job, which funny enough, though, even it is physically demanding, not to humble brag or anything like that, but I have lost a good amount of weight because of that. I believe it was I don't mind telling this to get a little too personal, but near the end of last year, even before I started with USPS, I was essentially the heaviest I had ever been in my life, which was pushing about 320 to 330, something like that. Like, it was unhealthy. It was bad. Cut to today, you know, now today and stuff, you know, just weighed myself a couple of days ago or something. I am down to 265, which honestly actually scared Nikki a little bit, because of how much weight I had dropped, which, you know, granted, yeah, I am still a little bit overweight, but I'm a lot healthier and I feel a lot better because of it, mainly just because of the you know, the activity, the physical activity I'm having to do for the job. I've been more careful, well, not necessarily careful, but like I've been eating less than what I used to, and it's great. So, but with that, hang on, she just sent me a picture with her and one of the kitties. I'm trying to see which one that is. I think that is yeah, it's Echo. So but getting back to it is just with everything that's been going on in life, essentially. I'm not going to go into full details of what's been going on because, you know, that's personal shit. So, but essentially it got to the point where I could not make videos because of how much time everything else was taking priority, because I had to. Because, you know, there had been days where I get home from work and I just want to sit around and just relax or rest, or something around the house needed done, or there were errands that need ran. And even on my days off, which are, I wouldn't say few and far between, it honestly depends on the work week, because there's some weeks, you know, I get like 2, maybe 3 days off, and there's other days where I only get 1 day off, which it's mandatory that I do have to have at least 1 day off a week. But it's just everything else had to take over me doing this kind of stuff. Now, with that being said, I still want to come back and make videos, but it's not going to be like anything before. Like, there's not going to be any sort of structure as far as a schedule, as far as like oh, I'll release this within this time frame, or blah blah blah, and that kind of stuff. No, that it's just not in the cards. It just isn't. I mean, I'm still recording, but you can still come in. So I was gonna say, speaking of Nikki, she's in the background there. You can see her right there, very sneakily creeping in.
Hi.
But I am essentially not going to put myself to a schedule like I used to. And speaking of schedule, that kind of stuff, I know we had relaunched Foreplay last year around April, and, you know, got a few good months out of that. But unfortunately, with just how life is and everybody else's schedule, it's just not in the cards. Like, unfortunately, you know, as much as I love doing Let's Play show, as much as I love doing that type of content and streaming and stuff, it's just, I can't, especially with everybody else involved as well, because, you know, of their schedules and stuff. And I knew it was there, so, like, it's not like like I was oblivious to it. I was just kind of trying to ignore it. But no, hang on, I don't think we've ever actually shown Nimbus's head. No, go ahead. So sidetracking, because we all have ADD here, I swear to God. I know you have ADHD, right? Like some form of it. So I don't think we've ever shown this on the channel, actually. Nikki made this. 100% made this. This is her persona head, which is, what's it called? A Dutchy dragon? Dutch angel dragon. Sorry, I'm not familiar with the furry community terminology and that kind of stuff. But she literally made that, and it's absolutely amazing. So, but you know, with everybody else's schedule, it's hard to get everybody together to do stuff. And I know, you know, you can do stuff online, and you can do like Discord and that kind of stuff, but it's better when it's in person, from what I've understood. Here, I'm giving you pets in a boot. But you know, it's just, unfortunately, just right now it's not in the cards. So would I like to return to it one day? Yeah, but I don't see it happening anytime soon, unfortunately. Now, with that being said, I still want to do other video projects, like what was it, 2 days ago, I think, that I finished the next script for the Nat 1 episode, I think. And I still want to do that because, you know, Dungeons & Dragons is a huge hobby, which actually, since I have been taking my hiatus, I've actually started running a campaign for Christian, his wife, his brother, his sister-in-law. And we've been having a blast with it, and we've joked around with the idea of actually recording the sessions and putting it up on YouTube, but that's one of those, I would like to, but we're so far, like, we're only like maybe about 5-6 sessions in, but I don't want to pull a critical role, so to speak, and have our first session
We're never gonna do 200 episodes. episodes.
No, it's not gonna happen. But no, you're fine. I don't want to like do like a series mid campaign or something like that or something. Which I did humor. Huh? How bad are you heating up in there? But no, oh, trust me. Well, back in high school, I used to wear my high school mascot outfit, so trust me, I kind of get it. So, but it's just one of those things. Is like I've humored the idea, and I think it would be cool to do, but I don't want it to make it a chore, so to speak. Like I don't want it to be like people being like, oh, where's the next episode? I want it to be something that me and the others can just enjoy on our own without having any stress behind it other than the fact of when are we going to have our next session, because that is the true enemy of Dungeons and Dragons or any tabletop RPG for that matter. But like I said, I am going to start continuing to do episodes in that one. When they'll be coming out, who knows? It's just whenever I kind of feel like it, and I still want to do video game related content, music related content, and that kind of stuff. It's just to the point where there's not going to be a set number of videos / time frame that the videos are going to be released. And that's always been the big thing, is because whenever I used to do this, I always try to keep a schedule of like, okay, I can release that time, I can release that time, or something like that. But like I said, with just how life has been, it's just, it can't go that way anymore. So when will I release another video? Who knows? But that doesn't mean I'm going to entirely stop making videos. I mean, hence why you're getting this new episode of Convlog. I mean, granted, yes, it's been over half a year since you got one, but still. But regardless, it's still in my blood to want to create content, like I love doing this stuff, but as I've said earlier in the episode, life has to take priority, because once again, this is just a hobby. This is just for fun. I'm not doing this for my main source of income. Would I like it to be? Yeah, but I know that's probably never going to happen. So, and that's the harsh reality of it. I mean, there are people out there that have been fortunate enough to make careers out of doing YouTube or Twitch or any other sort of video or streaming service. And just, unfortunately, it wasn't, even though I love doing this kind of stuff, it just didn't happen. And that's okay. It worked, things work out the way they're supposed to. So, but with that being said, I just wanted to come on here, say hey to you guys. Yes, I'm alive. I'm mostly okay. But, just, life happens. And I'll put out videos eventually. I'm not going to put any sort of schedule or anything on it, just whenever it happens. Now, with that being said, I do plan on trying to put out a new episode of Nat 1 sometime in the near future. Because I already have 2 scripts written, and my creative juices are kind of slowly starting to formulate again, so to speak. So, sometime in the near future, be on the lookout for the next episode of Nat 1. And then after that, who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to relax the rest of the evening and chill, because I do have work tomorrow. So, hopefully, keyword, hopefully, the next episode will not be that long. Am I still on hiatus? Yes and no. But it's basically, I'm going to try to start making videos again, but it's going to be, when is another video going to be coming out? When I'm able to, and when I feel like it. So that's pretty much the bottom line. But until then, guys, I will catch you all next time. So this is KrowOfMurder15 signing off.